Well, as you can see, we've got the tiller out. I went and picked it up yesterday afternoon about closing time at the local rental place. I don't own a good rear tine tiller, and I don't want to at this time. I did have a chance to buy one a few months back, but for what I pay for this, it would have taken me 4 years to pay for the used rear tine tiller. This is a hydraulic driven unit. It has a pretty small engine on it. I believe it's a Honda 5 horsepower. I'm not sure about the horsepower, but it is a Honda, and it's easy enough to crank with a pull start, and the controls on it are pretty simple. The hydraulics on it have a forward and reverse for the wheel drives and a forward and reverse for the tine drives. It also has a handle right here where you engage the drives once you have it running. This tiller comes from the rental place on its own little trailer. It's pretty nice little setup, and like I said, the price, you can't beat it. This little trailer has a tilt feature on it right here. I'll try to show this lock. Right there has the lock on it. When you unlock it, it tilts back so you can drive the tiller up onto the front. Once you've driven the tiller up onto the front, it has a place right here where you can lock it in so you can carry it without worry about it falling off the trailer. It's got a pin on each side that hold the front bumper of the tiller. Now, as you can see, I got started yesterday evening when I got home with the tiller, laying out the boundaries of this year's garden. I did that because I'm going to make it a little bit bigger than last year's. Last year we had a lot of tomato plants and a lot of okra. Actually more than we could use ourselves, and we gave away a whole lot, but we still have a whole lot in the freezer. There's my one little cabbage plant. Still trying to make it. Actually, it's 3 little cabbage plants. They've been through several freezes, but they're still alive. So we're going to leave them, and hopefully we'll get some more cabbage out of them. I'll also plant some new cabbage this year. Now, my little garden plot is about 45 feet by 20 feet. It's not a very large plot, but last year we were able to get enough tomatoes, okra, onions, corn, and a few eggplants, cabbage, and squash to keep us for the year. We don't eat out of the freezer every day, but anytime we want some fresh vegetables, well, they're not fresh anymore, they're frozen, we can just go to the freezer and we have plenty. I'm hoping this year my squash do better than they did last year. I had squash bugs last year, and they really did a number on the squash plants. I'm told that you can get beneficial nematodes as a soil amendment, and that will help with the squash bugs. I might check into that at the feed store this coming week when I go there to get my onion sets. It's the second week of February, and maybe a little late, some would say, to put onions out, but I think I'll be fine. Last year I didn't put onions out until later than this, I believe, and we got plenty of onions. And once I pulled the onions up, I was able to plant corn in the same row, and we got corn. Although this being East Texas and being dry like it is, I did have to water quite a bit to make the corn grow. Hopefully this year we'll get more rain than we did last year, and we won't need to water as much. We are on a community water here. We don't have a well, so I only want to water once a week, and when I do that, I usually let the sprinkler run for about 4 hours. That gives me a good soaking over the whole garden area, and it seems to be just enough to grow the vegetables we need. Oh, I forgot, we also had plenty of peppers last year. Mainly bell peppers, but some jalapenos. This year, I'm going to plant more jalapenos than I do bell peppers. We've still got plenty of bell peppers put up in the freezer for cooking. But we'll grow some fresh ones too, because we like to eat them stuffed. Stuffed bell peppers fresh from the garden. Good eating. Well, that's it for now. I'm going to get over here and get the tiller cranked up and start tilling and finish up our plot. When I get the plot finished up, I'll show another video when I get rows made. That's it for this time. Thanks for watching, and stay tuned. This is Texas Know How.